Hello, today we have a quick and introductory video on large language model enabled in context learning. But what is in context learning? In context learning is a new learning paradigm where a language model observes a few examples and directly output the prediction. Okay, so we provide some example, a few example for the large language model, and the language model directly provide the output based on the pattern learned from the example. Okay, here you see the outline, how in context learning works, challenge and limitation of in context learning, in context learning and few shot prompting, and finally present the reference. Okay, how in context learning works. The model is provided with input example, we call it context within a prompt. Okay, we shape a prompt, we write a prompt. As we are writing a prompt, we provide some example and include some example in the prompt. Then large language model generalize pattern from this input example to generate appropriate output. So again, to summarize and understand the key idea, we as we writing or prompt, we provide some example, and then large language model generalize pattern from this input example to generate appropriate output. Okay, there is no need to retraining, there is no need to fine tuning. Learning occurs during inference. Okay, this is very critical. Learning occurs during inference. Okay, performance depends on the quality and structure of provided example. So once again, we provide some example as a context along with the prompt, and then our language model learn from this example, okay, and generate appropriate output. Okay, what are the challenge and limitation of in context learning? The first of the first challenge is cost, because as you know, as we include more example, we need more input token, and the cost will increase. We also have a little latency. Okay, so the cost is very important, and it depends how many example and how they structure the prompt. And we have also sensitivity to example. The performance of in context learning is highly depend on the example you provide. It depends to the quality of the example you provide, and also we have ambiguity in learning process. Also, in context learning provides adaptability. The underlying mechanism of how model learn from example is still not clear. Is not clear how exactly the model learn from the example. So we have the challenge of cost, sensitivity to example, and ambiguity in learning process. But I would say, based on my example, this is very effective approach that can be used as an alternative to the available optimization algorithm in some special case. Okay, in context learning and few shot prompting. In context learning is the ability of large language model to adapt to input context without changing internal parameter. Okay, the language model adapt to the input context without changing the internal parameter. Please keep this in your mind as a takeaway of this video. Language model adapt to the input context without changing internal parameters. But what is few shot prompting? Few shot prompting is a specific technique within in context learning where a few examples are provided to guide the model behavior. Thank you very much. If you find this video useful, I appreciate you like and subscribe.